Hey folks, Vortex here and welcome to my review of the LETSHUOER DZ4s. So these are 3 dynamic drivers per side and a passive radiator. And yeah, as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank LETSHUOER themselves for sending me this unit to try, so thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video and all thoughts and opinions are my own, as per usual. And yeah, let's see what these are like. So let's see what you get with these. So LETSHUOER Sound Alive, the DZ4, nothing on the sides, and just on the back, bit of information. So these class these as high res, I think. Yes, a high res audio. So they go up to 40,000 kilohertz, 40,000 hertz basically. 20 ohm impedance, sorry, 12 ohm impedance, which is 104 dB. I've already tried these briefly, and there's no issues kind of power them. 3D printed resin. Cable length, so 3 6mm titanium drums, and then there's 1 6mm passive radiator. So quite a funky setup. Just the branding on the top. That's it. Quad piston, all the power. So that's in Chinese. Bit of English there. And yeah, not much to say really. Again, kind of common sense to be honest. It's product certificate. Bit of documentation. And let's have a look at these bad boys out. So very simple build, 3D printed resin. Oops, the camera doesn't like that. And yeah, I like the very subtle kind of appearance. There's no, apart from a little bit of wording, there's not much on it. So very clean outlets on the nozzle. Obviously basically the same. Kind of a rubberized effect on the case. It's quite simple packaging, but it's probably all you need really. So silica gel, don't eat that, and don't let your pets eat that or your kids. Cable looks similar to, I think I've seen this on the S12 maybe. Obviously I'll open up in the next clip, but it's fine, not too bad at all. These obviously don't have the interchangeable ends, you know, like you've seen on like the S12 Pro, and just the tips. So it should have, they should be mediums. And that's it. So yeah, so balanced ear tips and vocal ear tips. I don't know which is which, but I'll see what's good. And that's it. So obviously I tried these. They're not a bad set. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to put some more time on them, graph and blah 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 blah, and I'll see you in the future. So welcome to my review section of the LETSHUOER DZ4s. So this is what it looks like with the cable. Obviously I've put the cap back on, but it's very similar to what they've used before. It's quite a nice cable. It works. I'm very happy with it really. Obviously that's what it looks like on the units themselves. So that's it. Pop these off. So let's get into build quality. So build quality on this is very good. I think it's 3D printed resin. It's very basic, but it's actually very good. You know, there's the name, DZ4, that's the right one. Take this off. Very simple design, but it works very effective. You can see the drivers. Normally you see that on really high-end kind of balanced armatures where it's funneled up. So it's something quite unique, especially under $100, but very, very good. Comfort on these, I found was actually pretty good as well. Not the best I've tried, which are, I think, some like the Shozy Ceres, which are not that good as a tuning, but they've got awesome comfort kind of shape, fit shape. Obviously these are not that, but these are still very good for comfort and actual fit. Now, obviously these are 3 dynamic drivers per side and a passive radiator. So it's a very kind of different setup. I didn't really have any issues with how that kind of works. So let's go on to pound sensitivity. These is fine. Slightly harder than normal to power. I mean, very slight, but you don't need anything, anything special. Just a normal dongle DAC like this Sonata HD2. These things are like more than enough, so you don't need anything special. You don't have to worry about if it's like planar, where it can be really kind of funny. And yeah, so talk about timbre of these. Timbre of these is actually not too bad at all. You can sometimes get like a glare from like the lower treble, but obviously I'll talk about that when I get to the sound. But the timbre of these I thought was actually fine. Same goes for the sheer resolution. It's not too bad at all. I think BAs may beat that a touch, but because considering this is an all DD set, especially it's an affordable DD set, I wouldn't expect something like class leading resolution. They've got a lot of models themselves that are probably a few steps up from this, like the EJ07, EJ09 thing, things like that. So now stage was okay. I would have wished it was a bit bigger, but it's fine. It's perfectly fine for what they are. Again, it's an under $100 set. It's not a top of the line $1,000 plus set, but it's actually fine. Same for imaging as well. It's not too bad at all. And yeah, let's talk about sound. Obviously, these are quite a unique set. So yeah, put the graph up now so you can have a look. Now, channel matching on this set is actually pretty good. So anyway, low end it has enough. I personally prefer for electronic music a bit more of a mid bass kick. So from 200 up to like 80 to 60, I personally like a bit more. Same from the lower mid range. That's just my preference. But because it doesn't have that, it's actually very, very clean. But it can sound thin. I would have preferred it again if it had a bit more of a low end hit, basically, a bit more slam to it. But that's my preference. And that's all I can say really. I think how it works is one dynamic driver does lows and then the other two do mids and the treble, I think. I presume that's how it's set up. But anyway, mid-range is very clean because of the, I wouldn't say recessed bass, but it has less low end. So the mid-range is very, very clean for what it is. It has enough gain. Vocals, especially female, sounded great on this. Male ones, it can sound thin just because of the tuning. And that's it. I like it. It's not that scooped out. It's very clear. And I was quite happy with it, to be honest. Nothing amazing, but I was happy with it. So the treble of these is probably where this is probably not my favourite. That a lot of things make or break is treble for me. So the bit I don't like is you can see the lower presence region. There's like a little bump coming up to 3. Now some of my recordings, especially female ones, or if there's a lot going on, it sounds like there's a little bit of a glare. That's why I always prefer smoother lower treble regions, but because of that it does make things sound very clear. So it's kind of pros and cons. My preference, I prefer it smoother. Obviously a lot of people may want that or want more to bring vocals out and to bring that part clearer in the frequency response, but apart from that I was actually okay with it. Again, the separation on this set is the instrument separation on this set is decent. I think again BAs may have, if you have a couple of BAs, may beat that, but the instrument separation on this set is actually good. Again, perfectly fine for its projected price. The 8K is fake, because it's resonant couplants, and obviously it does roll off a bit there. Again, I liked a bit more extension, but on the whole, these are not a bad set for the actual treble. And yeah, not much to say really. So conclusion, do I recommend these? I do like this set for I think these are $89. Have a closer look. I do like they're a different set. They're probably not tuned again what I would like. I would prefer a little bit more low end and a little bit more smoother lower treble to kind of balance things out. But on the whole, they do work quite well. They do seem good for vocals. The separation on these is actually pretty good. Again, not top notch, but again very good for what they are. Good build, good cable, seems quite versatile with the tuning, easy enough to power. Yeah, not a bad set at all. It's just, again, I prefer things that which other people may not. This may be, again, another one that's quite good for the Chinese market, because they do like the presence region elevated, the female poison as it's normally called when it gets translated to English. But yeah, not a bad set. So I'll probably end it there. If you know anything more in particular about these, please do let me know in the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care. See you in the next video.